Hello everyone watching this YouTube video. Today's video I'm going to be explaining the setups and I guess you want to say the crystals and the equipment that you would want to use in entrance exam to get as far as you want to get. Remember in this instance of entrance exam, you will be able to get all the way up to S plus, and then after S plus you can get like a numbered ranking, but really you only need to get to S plus for all your rewards. Now as you can see, I have an hour 47 minutes until the reset, until everything goes, you know, it kind of resets. I think there's a limit on when you can actually fight again. Like, I think you can't fight within like 10 minutes of the reset. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this really fast. I had an idea for a setup before, but I wanted to check against what other people were doing first, and it seems like the some mixture of these girls that I have done here is going to be what you want to stick with. So in F1, right, so in you can't see it here, but in F1 we're gonna have Holly. So she's gonna be in the first slot. Holly is good for her skills, right? You can, if you want, you can take up these skills on your own in gallery. If you go to girls, click gallery, and then click 10, and of course look at the 10-star version of girls. You can see all of their skills and what they do. But basically Holly's going to be our tank, and she's going to be absorbing a lot of damage, healing a lot, and that's all you want her here. She's pretty meta in late game and in-game PvP. For crystals, you want to get double HP, so flat HP and percent HP. It's going to be our Nebula Core 3 stars, and we want a black magic hat. Now notice that if you're in rank B, you do not get the full ranking of any antique that you put on a girl. So all these energy antiques like Fate Mirror and Fate Crystal, bogus, because they're only 1 star. It's only going to give you 25 energy. Useless. You want the full 50 energy so that you cast on round 1. So ignore that. And also you will only be able to use the antiques that you have unlocked. So if you have not unlocked Eternal Dawn or Thorn's Heart, anything like that, including Fate Crystal, you will not be able to use it in these rounds of entrance exam. But that's okay. You can just get by with having the red equivalent of a lot of orange antiques unlocked. For example, if you have had let's see, I can see, so I have Black Magic Hat unlocked because I unlocked Dancing Mask, which is the red version of it. So if you have ever equipped or used or just obtained Dancing Mask, you have access to Black Magic Hat, and that's going to be good enough. We're actually just going to put Black Magic Hat on every girl here except Apate, honestly, and Apate is a flex pick. If you just want to really use Apate, you can, but let's focus on the ones that we were definitely using. The other one we're going to use is Aurora because we need to use her for rewards. Warning, she is a skip in this upcoming capsule pulls. You don't want her. You can just skip her, save your caps for another girl in the future. I would honestly recommend probably saving up for Christmas or Chinese New Year, or you could think really long term and save for the next anniversary. But her skills are alright. She does a bit of everything, and she's not good at anything, which is why you don't really want her. Of course, if you end up getting her, just take her, but yeah, it's not worth. Her crystals, you want speed, HP. You want to get her speed and HP up, and you want to use Black Magic Hat, damage reduction in HP, of course. And for her little gear skill here, you want to just use added protection. No big deal, just some damage reduction. So again, she does a little bit of everything: attack, crystallization, attack, HP, crit, speed. 2 jack of all trades without being good at none. She's literally a jack of all trades and a master of none. Kind of sad. Now the other girl we want to use, right? We have Holly in F1, and then we have, whoops, not Diana. We have Aurora in F2. So that's our front row. Then our back row, first we're gonna have Izanami, and we're going to equip her with a pink 3-star speed HP crystal. You want Izanami to survive. After all these entrance exam iterations I've been through, I've had fights that have been won by Izanami just staying alive, healing people, protecting other people from dying. Really good. Speed HP, and of course our damage reduction so that she stays alive. Again, you can see her skills under girls and gallery. We don't really care about her petrification. We like her lily shield, and we like the healing that she can produce, especially when we use cure in her gear set. So that's going to be the second skill. We have 1, 2, 3 skills. You want that second skill, cure, in her pink gear set. So make sure that's set up. Then right after her, the second spot in the back row is going to go to Monica. Remember, Monica and Sydney got really close to each other. We're basically going to sandwich Angelica in between Monica and Sydney. Monica's ability, her active, affects the person kind of after her. So that means, that's why you want to put, and that's only put her and then Angelica and then Sydney, because Sydney affects the girls before her. So they work well together. For her pink gear, you're going to take cure, just like you did with Izanami. I'm saying it now so it's fresh on your mind. Take this second skill here. And then for her pink 3-star gear, take double HP. You just want that flat HP and that percent HP on Monica. Worked last time, works this time. Then get your black magic hat again. So we're using black magic hat on everybody. And for Monica, we're doing double HP. And of course, we're getting cure in her priest gear here. So that's it. Again, check all her effects and abilities in Girls Gallery. She's a human girl. And of course, putting in Angelica. We are not using Nephilim. And Nephilim is not, how do I say this, not optimized in entrance exams, especially when you have to use a specific new girl. Also, Angelica actually outdoes Nephilim in the late and in-game PvP, so there you go. Now, what you want for Angelica here is speed and attack. Now, those of you who know Angelica might be like, oh, well, why no crit? Well, that's because she's only 10 stars. She's not limit broken here. So she doesn't have access to elite skills either. And yeah, I mean, technically at 10 stars, normally you can upgrade your elite skills, but in entrance exam, no elite skills. No limit break, no elite skills. So we're just going to stick with attack because you need her elite skills maxed out for her Sunslayer stacks to crit. So no crit damage, attack, nothing like that, just speed and attack. Want speed so that you can possibly outdo the other Angelica or whoever their damage dealer is. And then of course a black magic hat. Damage reduction. She's squishy. I cannot say this enough. She's very squishy. Get that damage reduction. And for her gear set, get weakness recognition. That's going to be the 1, 2, 3, third skill here in her ranger set. After a ranger in the team performs a basic attack, you'll increase her attack and crit damage. Now she doesn't really have a whole lot of like crit happening, only 8%. So don't worry too much about the crit damage part. But we want to increase her attack, and if she does happen to crit, she'll get some crit damage boosting as well. And then last, Sivney. As I said, we're using Monica and Sivney both to help protect Angelica, and of course they'll help other people. But yeah, this is why we're putting her in. This is why we're putting these girls in the position that we're putting them in. Sivney, double HP. She doesn't need speed HP. I feel like you could go for speed HP if you feel like spicing it up, but double HP is fine. And damage reduction, so just gonna load her up on HP and damage reduction. And of course, she being a priest, a supportly priest, we're going to add cure, just like we did with Izanami and with Monica. So that's it. That's all who you need. Apate and Von Helsing are both girls that you could flex in if you really like them. They're not optimized, but they're definitely enough to pass that 60% mark in B. If you're gonna use Apate, I usually would go with speed attack. I think, yeah, speed attack. I'm not big on adding HP to Apate and her crystals in entrance exam. I don't think you really need to, but you could. You could go speed HP instead. So speed HP or speed attack if you're worried about her being too squishy. Of course, put her in F2 if you're gonna use her and Holly, but you have, because you want to make sure you include Aurora, you might want to might have to consider who else you put your team in where. I think you really want to make sure that you include Monica, Angelica, and Sivney, so you might end up sacrificing putting in Izanami. So yeah, beware of that. And you could put in Von Helsing. Maybe you swap out Von Helsing for Angelica, but I don't think that's ideal. Von Helsing could lock on to Angelica. I've seen that happen in fights before. So Von Helsing could be a nice counter to a lot of Angelicas later. But here we have for her antique, you could go Power of Wind. It gives her speed and HP. Or you could use a black magic hat for damage reduction HP. It's your choice, but Apate excels really well when she is casting before everybody. So you could just layer that speed on her really easy and come away pretty well. And then you want to put a weakness recognition on her. You could also flex with added protection, so she gets some damage reduction going in here. She does dodge a lot, so maybe you feel like you don't really need it, but you could do that. You could just go full damage reduction everybody and just use like the added protection skill on all their pink gear sets. But you could also opt into weakness recognition. So I'll show you what I mean by F1, F2, blah, blah, blah. F1 is Holly, so that's Holly going right there. Then we plug in Aurora, so F1, F2, back row, first position Izanami, then Monica, then Angelica, then Sivney. That's it. That's your setup. And you want to choose Deerling. I already have Deerling selected from last time, so there you go. Oh, the reason you want to use Deerling instead of other servers, I feel like people always wonder this. Deerling is just the best overall. It's just really the best overall servant. You don't really want to just go for more damage or these like small chances to cause some amount of silence or whatever, especially with all the CC removal, debuff removal that's floating around in the game. You just want to go for some, go for the usual like healing. You get them healed by 20%, increasing their armor and attack. That's good enough. That's very solid. And then you have all these other boosts right here, and their auras for level 30. No ulti core until Division S. Very important to remember. But you're gonna have level 120 servant with all the auras maxed out. Choose Deerling. It's gonna give you the best effects overall, and then we hit fight. All right, now this being the first day, we get 15 tries instead of a regular 10. This does get reset to 10, so if you're most likely watching this after the reset, you only have 10. But I think, yeah, it'll be enough for you to be able to place into Division S. You can start a day late and still get into S and S+. All right, so this first battle right here, they don't have an Angelica. I like that a lot, but I'm also kind of scared of the Mika because Mika's going to attack the back line. But she's not limit broken, so she might not deal that much damage. So let's go ahead and use the same setup we put in our defense. Holly, Aurora, Izanami, Monica, Angelica, Sivney. Okay, our actual first battle, since I had to go make sure that everything was as I had intended to because I'm paranoid. Paranoid that I accidentally chose one thing that I didn't mean to. We're actually going to go take a look at this team that has Aurora, Izanami, Angelica, Cassie, Fenrir, and Diana. Really interesting they have Cassie, Diana, but they don't have any supports except Izanami. I think that's going to hurt them. I think you really want to make sure your damage dealers are as protected as possible. So let's do Holly, Aurora, and Izanami, Monica, Angelica, Symphony. Notice we don't have any special auras. This is just like a good team that does everything it's supposed to do. All right, and we're gonna hit fight. Okay. Oh, and Aurora's damage is interesting. Yeah, she did crystallize Cassie. The other Aurora got petrified. Also notice Holly healed when Fenrir damaged her. Oh, now Holly's fully healed because of Sivney. Yeah, we just have much higher advantage. Oh my goodness, Angelica damage. So yeah, we just had like a higher advantage with our supports. And wow, so Aurora did decent damage. Holly isn't really a damage dealer. All right, so now we're gonna come with another team. A lot of people like Fenrir, Teresa, and Nephilim. It's really, I mean, they wanted to put it in Turin, so that's why they put it into F1. But this is bad. Holly should be F1. Let's hit fight and see that. Oh my. Okay, so Aurora crystallized 2 people. Poor Nephilim. Petrified, Turin as well. So we had taken some damage. We hit a lot of healing. Nephilim, round damage came through. Angelica, it's just over. It was just doomed for them, I guess. Oh, that feels bad. Alright, so damage, heal. Yep, Symphony healing quite a bit there. Alright, so we're doing alright so far. Remember, we need to cross the 60% mark. We're almost there. Our required ranking is 60%. Now, going past 60% doesn't really help us that much. We can just get to the past 60%, or rather, get as far as possible. Like, especially if you're starting this in the middle of the day, get as far as possible so that if you do lose and such, that you'll be in a better position. In case people like decide to, kill your stuff. And, if you get defeated a bunch. Don't use all your tickets up at once. Now we have a team that has Frexy, so she's going to be dodging, and they're doubling up on Nephilim and Angelica, but they're really suffering from a lack of support otherwise. So let's see. Those little spinny circles above Aurora and Angelica and Frexy's heads are Angelica's little Sunslayer marks. So there's 2 Angelicas, remember? And of course, the green circle spinning above all those other girls' heads are Holly marks. Aurora has crystallized Fenrir. Poor Nephilim has been petrified. Feels bad for her. Von Helsing tried to really get Angelica. It didn't work. And now she's full HP. And Nephilim died. And now they're all dead. Alright, so that's what we got there. And okay, we're at 63.8%. Let's keep fighting. We want to make sure we get into A tier. Let's see. This team I think we can get. Alright. Aurora's basic attacks do a little something. Again, she's jack of all trades and master of none. Okay, Angelica's preparing to fire. Holly's random healing. That's just, I guess Izanami is like little damage. Okay, our Holly got crystallized, but she's healing every time Izanami does her little follow-up attacks. Alright, Sivni coming through. Oh my. Okay, Apate dies. Then Aurora. Izanami does follow-up damage to Nephilim. They're dealing attacks me first. Okay. Angelica doing her autos. The cascade damage. Oh no. Alright. Poor Holly. I'm actually concerned about what hit her there. Alright. Turin just up and dies. And then Apate dies the second time. So what did kill Holly there? Because she attacked Turin and it killed her. Maybe it's something from... Nephilim did a lot of damage for them, actually. So Nephilim still deals fair amounts of damage. It's just not as a heavy hitter. Now this other team we're going into has Nephilim in F1 instead of Uriel. Notice that, right? They should have swapped out Uriel and Nephilim. Cut. Or even put Fenrir in F1 instead. That's just not a good setup for the girls they chose. I feel like a lot of people just don't care. You're just putting in a team. Or maybe some people do care, but they don't really know. They don't have any guidance. That's why we make this. Here comes Nephilim casting first. I wonder what they put on her. They put speed on her. Okay, Aurora's... Again, her part of her abilities is that her damage spreads around. She crystallizes people. But Fenrir blocked too much, so now she's free of the crystallization. Enemy Aurora is crystallized though. Now Nephilim is petrified. Whoa! Fenrir attacking Holly just put her at full HP. Rip. And Angelica kills her buddy. Also rip. That's why we like her. Okay, so we're past the 60% mark, and given how much time is left right now, we probably are good to go. But I'm just gonna do a few more fights here. Let's see what happens against this Blair. For some reason I couldn't see like how much time is left on this event, or rather for today before the reset. But if I check my computer time, we're like an hour and a half-ish until server reset. So, should be fine. Just finish out the rest of these battles. A lot of these battles don't really go past like round 3 or 4 anyway. So it's fast enough. Alright. Ariel is making an effort. Oh my goodness, the enemy Holly just dies to Sivni's last attack. So Angelica has the little protection shieldy thingy around her. I don't know if you can see that. If you saw that, that's Monica's thing. That's Monica's thing. I've seen it when I put up Monica in my house exams teams. They're gonna probably ask, why would you do that? Well, she's human girl that I have, and I wanted a full team for house exams. I don't know what else to tell you. Okay. Diana, Sivney, Aurora, Holly, Apate, and Angelica. The Sivney is going to be protecting the Diana. I'm not sure if that's what they want here, and I don't think they want they do want Holly and or Apate in front line instead of Diana Sivney. So that's not a good setup for the girls that they have. Diana does good damage. Diana is really good in PvE, especially tests. Whoa, a girl died in round 1. Whoa, 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 whoa. Alright, the enemy Aurora gets crystallized. You hate to see that. I mean, you'd hate to see it if that was your Aurora. Diana gets petrified. And everybody just dies. 44 million damage from Angelica. Yeah, I said Monica only dealing 108 damage, 108,000. Doesn't matter. She healed for 4.1 mil. Sivney also healed for 10.2 mil. So Sivney is a really nice healer. Not gonna lie, guys. Not gonna lie. All right, we're at 46.3%. Just keep. Okay, I'll do a couple more. Just in case. I really want to make sure I stay above water with this. This team has Blair, Monica in front row. I think that's gonna be easy enough. Probably. They went for a rainbow aura. If you're gonna go for rainbow aura, use Apate instead of Frexy. Apate is better for PvP than Frexy is. Frexy is great, like really great in PvE though. The armor break. Oh my goodness, Frexy attacked Holly and Holly healed for more than the damage. That's why Holly's great. She just heals like that. Their enemy Holly isn't having a good time though. Just crying. And then she dies. Alright, the Blair refusing to die, I think it's because of the Monica. See, Aurora has some amount of damage with auto attacks, but it's like not that great. It's underwhelming. I think if you get Aurora, like if you get lucky, you get her. If no one else in your server gets her. If it's a new enough server, you're gonna have an advantage sometimes, but yeah, the rest of us know. Avoid it. Aurora in F1 instead of Fenrir. And then they're doubling up with the possible crystallization with Crystal. They went for 3 fairies, 3 ghosts here. I would be scared of this if not for all the supports that I have. Not really scared of Cassie though. Cassie is a nice replacement for a Trinity if you want to boost somebody's crit. You might want to, in that case, you might want to boost an Angelica's crit or boost a Rogue's crit. Sivney's auto healed Angelica. Holy moly. Von Helsing, you're scaring me. You almost killed my Angie. What's wrong with you? Thank you, Sivney, for healing Angelica. It's very scary times. But see, this is why we have these supports. so that Angelica lives. And then she deals damage like that. She finishes everybody off. Oh, that was terrifying. My God. Okay, in that case, and Aurora actually did some pretty sizable damage. Angelica didn't do that much damage because by the time her active procced, by the time she cast her active skill in round 3, there were only 2 people left. She didn't actually get to attack like everybody. That's why that happened. All right, now we're at 34%. I think that's enough. These tickets are free. Actually, it might not be enough. We have a story. I'm just gonna go ahead and skip the story. You guys can read it yourselves on your own. I don't think you're supposed to put all the stories on YouTube. I think there is fight 10 battles with Aurora and 10 team B or above. So I need to do another battle for the missions. So keep these missions in mind. Go for these rewards. Don't just go for S+. Make sure you hit all of these rewards. I forgot to say all that. For challenge, the maximum challenge reward, 300 points, right? You want to make sure that you do all of these. So you're gonna need to fight 30 battles with Aurora and Team S or above and win 10 of those battles. So let's just get our 10th battle done here. This team is going to be Fenrir, Apate front row, pretty decent. They have Nephilim, Teresa, and they have Sivni and Frexy. Now Frexy is their weak point, and their placement of Sivni is another weak point. But Teresa is good in PvP, Apate as well. Kind of scared they put Fenrir Apate, but Fenrir isn't really good anymore. She's kind of fallen off. So I think we have a good chance here. The Frexy is fast. Okay, Sivni heal. Okay, a lot of damage here. Okay, we have 2 crystallizations happening. Our Izanami got crystallized. Oh, poor Izanami. She's going through it. Alright, Holly died. Angelica kills everyone. That's how it usually goes. If Angelica lives, she can just kill everybody in one shot. Alright, and now we have our rewards for... Oh, sorry, that's a story. Now we have our rewards for, where did it go? Oh, it just automatically completes over here. You hit go and then you get your rewards in this panel. That's a good way of putting it. But yeah, we fought 10 battles with Aurora and Team B or above. That's all that matters for Team B. We had to win 5 of our battles, right? But we had the right team to do that, so that was automatic. But we needed to fight 10 total. So that's it. There we go. We finished all the requirements we needed with rank B. We're at rank 26.7, and we're way beyond the 60% that's required. Could fight more, but I think I'm just gonna cut it there because I actually have another server. That's why I skipped the story. I could just read the story on another server. So I'm gonna go over to my other server, set everybody up, and do all my battles right quick before the servers reset. But if you liked this video, please let me know. I'm not exactly the most comfortable with voiceover stuff. This is my first voiceover video, so please let me know if you like this type of content and if you want me to do more entrance exam review in the future. Again, you're gonna see this on the second day of entrance exam, which is totally fine. You will be able to make S+ in time. Don't worry, you'll be able to get your frame. I've done it every time I get S+. I start a day late because I'm too lazy. But yeah, you'll be fine. So do let me know if you like this kind of content or you want to see more. Let me know in the comments down below. Leave a like and support the video if you like it, if you do like it. Again, this has been me helping you out with entrance exams in October 2021. Until next time.